Hi, I'm Callum Dilietto, here today to interview Lynne Weedall, the Group HR and Strategy Director of the newly merged Dixons Carphone. Hi Lynne, well thank you very much for inviting us here today. And first off, let's talk about the merger. Obviously Dixons and Carphone Warehouse came together very recently. What challenges did this present for your HR team and how did you overcome them?
Well, obviously, when you bring together two very strong and successful companies like Dixons and Carphone and a combined workforce of over 48,000, there's a lot to do in trying to create one organisation and one culture, one vision. So there's probably three levels to it. There's a piece that's around describing the future and the vision that we are aspiring to and the reason why it exists. It's something that everyone can latch onto.
Yeah.
There's a piece around enabling the business to deliver on some pretty significant synergies. So things like how do you get to one head office? How do you roll out 300 stores in Dixon stores? How do you harmonise rewards and do some of the restructuring and integrating that's required? And then there was a third element around how do we bring together two HR functions and create a kind of one combined HR function that is more efficient as a result of that. So there's sort of three key elements that we've been focusing on. We're still only 3 months post-completion, so still relatively early days.
Yeah.
But we've managed to, in that time, roll out 300 stores across the estate. We've tupied over 1,000 Phones for You colleagues, because in the midst of all of this, the Phones for You business sort of collapsed as well. And we've made significant progress on functional integration and defined sort of single points of accountability for all kind of key top team roles, including the HR team. And one of the key ways that we've done that is that we've created a dedicated team, which we call the People Platform, that runs across the business with some focused work streams working on the key activity that needs to be rolled out over the next 6 to 12 months.
And the first of those three that you mentioned in terms of sort of the future direction, and I recently saw you speak at an event and you referred to it as not a new chapter for Dixons and a new chapter for Carphone Warehouse, but a new book for both of them.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really nice way to describe it. Explain a little bit more about that sort of future direction.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that, in many ways, what we were describing is we think we've got an opportunity to create a whole new story. One team all pulling together in the same direction. It's an incredibly exciting opportunity as you bring together one of the biggest consumer electronics businesses, Dixons, with one of the biggest independent phone retailers. And then if you look at what's happening with technology and how it's converging, you're sat there with your iPad, which is also your notebook now, which is also probably able to play music on it, look at your photos, and many of us now will be able to use that to control things in the home. There's some wonderful apps that mean you can even switch the kettle on from your office. So as that technology converges, it makes huge sense to bring together those two businesses so that we can kind of offer that end-to-end offering to customers. That's an exciting vision, but it requires us to think about what are the right skills that you need, what are the right people that you need for that kind of company. How do you design work and how do you get work done in a business like that? So these are all the things that we're working on and grappling with at the moment.
Talking of technology, how do you use that as an enabler for your employees?
Well, the first thing is that we make sure that they have access to a fabulous discount scheme. We want them to be encouraged to enjoy this technology that we sell. But we also, from a practical point of view, every Carphone store colleague has their own tablet that they use for the customer sale. So if you go into any of our stores, you'll see them there being able to take customers through the whole sales journey via a tablet, and they're able to show them on their screen at any time what the best deals are, what the best tariffs are, what the best combinations. But what that then means is, we can then use it for training, we can communicate that way, we, as much as possible, try and encourage people to engage and get involved, so they can upload their own training videos, they can share their own hints and tips. We use quite a lot of technology that already exists. One of the biggest ways that our regional managers communicate across the business with their stores is WhatsApp. So they've all got distribution lists that they use and, as well as part of it. So, there's a variety of different ways. All our training material is written from the perspective of, can I use it on my phone first? Gives people the opportunity to interact and to get involved in shaping what the material can look like and able to share their own experiences and best practice.
As this technology evolves, obviously, things are going to change and there's going to be even more enablers.
Yeah.
When you've spoken in the past, you've talked about this and even illustrated a potential future.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for HR departments, I guess, to keep up with this?
Yeah. Well, I think when you talk about keeping up with it, I think people in general, if you look at, I think 80-90% of the population has a smartphone. Smartphone is the best bit of connected technology that you can have, and I think there's a remarkable statistic that actually it's only 10% of what it's used for now is making phone calls. So I suspect most people are using it every day. Anyway, I suspect many people are on Facebook, many people are on Twitter socially. So I think I would just encourage and say, think about it a bit more laterally. How can you apply the same things that you do probably in your own personal life back into the workplace? If you're most likely to communicate or engage with people via social media, then why would you not use that within the workplace? If you're trying to solve a problem at home, you probably first of all look on YouTube or Google. Why would you not use those same solutions in the workplace? Again, if you're looking to find a job yourself, probably the first thing you do is tend to go onto LinkedIn. So again, why would you not use those things in the workplace? So I think probably remove some of the mystique around it and just think about it in a very, very practical way. How do you use the what already exists to enable you back at work?
Yeah, that makes sense. And like with the WhatsApp example, So. In addition to modern technology, you're also known to be an advocate for gamification. I think it's one of these buzzwords that some people are really embracing, others don't really understand it.
Yeah.
But for you, what are the benefits of embracing such a tactic?
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose the title, I'm not sure I'm an advocate for gamification, but I am definitely believe that people learn more and behaviours change when they're having fun and when they're engaged. And when you make things entertaining. And I have to look at my kids to know that the way you sort of interact and engage these days through games is a far better way of learning than sitting down with a textbook.
Yeah.
So again, it's sort of just applying some of that stuff you sort of know to be true, but just through in a workplace context. Our workforce are 2/3 Generation Y, been led by Generation X. They are strong achievers. They're incredibly competitive. And they like to have fun, and we just try and look for ways to apply that. Interesting, if you walk around our office at the moment downstairs, there's a really simple thing that one of the teams set up called the Fist of Fun, which is just a simple example of gamification. It's not technology based, where every day the person who's got the best customer service results can put their fist through and win a prize not. That's a very small example. It doesn't have to be whizzy high tech. But you know what? It creates a bit of fun, it creates a bit of energy, and that's a better way of kind of getting stuff done and getting through your day than just sitting there and having a pat on the back or a clap or something like that.
No, definitely, I agree. I guess these kind of modern methods, if you will, do they apply? I mean, obviously you've got a large Gen Y workforce, but would you say that for other organisations that maybe have a more balanced, generation mix, can they still work for all other generations?
Yeah. Well, last time I looked, I'm Generation X, and I like having fun, and my parents certainly enjoy having fun. I mean, I think there's a lot of stuff that's written around the generation stuff, and some of it is founded in a lot of sensible ideas. Some of it, I think, is just, at the end of the day, people are people. They want to come to work to do something worthwhile. They want to feel that they belong. They want to feel like they've got some autonomy. They want to feel like they can make a difference. And you sort of want to come in knowing that you're doing a bit more than just selling a phone or selling a kettle. You want to have some sort of meaning to that. It doesn't have to be deep and esoteric, but you want to have a bit more meaning. I think that's regardless of what generation that is. And I have some of my more senior leaders, I can tell you, can be as badly behaved as and act and play like kids as some of the younger workforce as well.
Well, good luck in this new merged organisation. I wish you all the best for the future, and thank you very much for speaking with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.